Hi everyone, it's Derek from the iReady podcast here, and this is my reaction to the 2-1 defeat away from home against Celtic today. Really can't have too many complaints about that, to be honest. We were pretty dire for a lot of the game. Certainly after we scored in the second half, there was really only one team in it, and that was us at that point. However, we created our own downfall once again with stupidity from some of our players, both in indiscipline and also just absolutely ludicrous passing. I felt, to be honest, the starting lineup, it was the same lineup as we won against Celtic in December, which you could certainly argue a good case for. However, I felt it was a bit harsh chucking McCrory in there straight away, but considering he's been more or less frozen out the team for the best, I think, since that game really. I know he's played Scotland under 21 games or whatever it is, but he's never had any proper first team experience since that December game, and throwing him in there, not that he done much wrong, to be honest, in the game. I just felt it was asking a lot of him as well. But I think we played well in the first half for the first 2 minutes. It was all us, and then it quickly went downhill from there. We were just not at the races at all. Celtic didn't really have to get out of a second gear to do anything and just break us apart. Our defence was all over the place. McGregor had to pull off a couple of good saves. Fair enough, they were right at them a lot of the time, but he still had to be in that position and still had to be aware and make the saves. There was a few good stinging shots that he had to take the power out of anyway. We just weren't up for it at all, and you'd seen it coming. Celtic scored on the 26th minute, and it was just a ludicrous piece of play once again from one of the players I highlighted early on in our podcast. And he's a player that on his game is outstanding, but more often than not he flatters to deceive, and this is why he shouldn't be an automatic starter. Daniel Candeias played an absolute stupid ball into traffic deep into the Celtic half. It was going absolutely nowhere apart from a Celtic player. They quickly nip up the park. The defence, as usual, were all over the place. It was a quick break up the park. Worrell was tracking back, and he kept on backing off and backing off. He didn't put in a tackle, and it was until the last minute. And at that, it was a bloody half-hearted challenge when the shot had already been let off by Edward, and it went into the back of the net. What is the point of just backing off until it's too late? Stick the foot in. If you bring him down, yeah, it's a professional foul. There's the risk of getting sent off, but then at least it's a free kick. It's not a goal. Then at least if you do make a arse of it and the player still gets by you, you give our keeper enough time to actually do something and react to it. Where as you backed off, it meant McGregor couldn't really do anything. He couldn't come charging out and try and put the attacker off. Pish poor defending once again from Worrell. Why the hell is that guy in our team? 10 million defender, my arse. And anyway, the next moment of absolute just I've had it with this guy. A moment of incredible stupidity by Morelos on the 30th minute where he elbowed Scott Brown. Clear red card, have no issues with that at all. A lot of folk or fans have tried to defend his actions by saying Scott Brown had a wee clip at his heels. I really, really don't care what the opposition player has done to you. Your job is not to react. If you want to even react to it, be cute with it and go down in a heap or something like that. Do not lash out, and this is the point. Yes, Morelos does get refereed to a completely different standard, but he's got to be aware of that. Rangers certainly should be aware of that. The fans are aware of that. Quite clearly, the opposition players are aware of that, and he just doesn't learn. I'm sorry, but he has to go. I'm sorry. Yes, he's an outstanding attacker on his day, but he just lets the team down far, far too often. It is just not good enough. He has not learned a single bit. It was quite clear folk were going to wind him up today, and they played right into his hands. He lashed out. He's the one who gets the red card. It doesn't care what Brown had done. You don't lash out like that. So this is now, it's going to be a minimum of 2 games because of a 2-game ban because of a violent conduct incident. He's had 2 other violent conduct incidents this season where he's been sent off straight off. So that's him going to be, I think, a minimum of 3 or 4 games he's going to be left for. There's only, what, 7 games to go in the season. Now he's going to be missing for these games when we potentially really need him. Not good enough. He lets the team and the fans down far too often. And see this thing about, we're going to get 15, 20 million from him. You are living on cloud 9 if you think any team is going to pay that much for him when he's indisciplined, lets the team and the players down all the time. If he can't stay on the park, he is nowhere near going to be getting. We are nowhere near going to be getting paid about 15 to 20 million for him, because he lets the team down far too often. He is a liability. I'm sorry, but he has to go now, because I've had it with him. Really into this, the rest of the half just kind of played out as it were. Celtic had a couple of chances. Never really came to anything, and then at half time came, and up until we scored in the 62nd minute, it was again much the same as how the first half went. Celtic having most of the possession, never really had much on the ball, much shots to be honest, but anything they did have was comfortable for McGregor. We had a half chance for a claim for a penalty in the 49th minute after Sinclair and Tavernier tangled in the box. Not a penalty for me, it was too soft. And then out of nowhere, Ryan Kent scores in the 62nd minute. It was a lovely move down the right with Tavan Candeias, passes to Kent in the middle of the goal on the edge of the box, rounds the player, gets into the box and shoots into the back of the net. Fantastic goal by Kent. And it's times like these where you think, well, whatever money we can get for Morelos, just put it into whatever Liverpool want for Kent, because he can on occasion he can blow hot and cold. However, he is the driving force. He was the kind of driving force in this team today. He was getting up and behind defenders anytime we're in the very few chances we were getting today. But certainly scored the goal, and really from there on it was pretty much all us after that. We played some great football, we were getting in amongst it, but once again throughout the game we never made their keeper make any saves, and that's the big problem. We can play all great up until the final third, up until they get to their box. We don't put the opposition keeper under pressure, and I've been banging on about this all season. Interestingly, we did go to 10 players apiece after Celtic had committed all their subs, and Boyata went off injured in the 74th minute. So there you go. There was an instant, chance to, if we had stayed at 10 men and Morelos wasn't an arsehole, then we would have been an advantage. Yeah, maybe Celtic wouldn't have committed all their subs, you could argue that, but still you've got to factor in these things. Just stupidity again from Morelos. And then, kind of almost out of nowhere, for the last half an hour of the match, Celtic score, and once again, Tavernier well out of position and can't pass a ball to save his life. Unfucking believable, ridiculous pass. I don't know even what it was he was trying, but all it meant, it was a really slack pass, or attempted pass to someone in our defence. Who the fuck knows? I don't know. And then Celtic player nips in there. I can't remember if there was any passes. I was still raging about Tavernier at this point, and they end up scoring. Once again, Tavernier is not a fucking defender, which is his main fucking role in the team. Yes, he passed to Kent to score the goal, and that'll go down as an assist, but he passed a bloody ball. If he can't do the fundamentals of his game right, he should not be in the team. He is not a captain. Get him sold as well, because he's a liability. If his name is the first name on the team sheet as well, and he can't defend and he can't captain, then what the fucking point is of having him in the team? Because largely he was shit today again. We had a chance right at the death in the 89th minute, and there was a ball went down the left hand side. There was a shot from Kent, makes the keeper make a great save. He spills the ball. Worrell tried to nip in there. He got a shot away, but the defender blocked it and out for the corner, and that's how the game ended up. Just really, really angering, because it's our downfall. I don't think these players have got the mental capacity to see out games, to win a championship. As simple as that. A lot of these players haven't played at top flight. In fact, most of them, apart from maybe Davis and Defoe, McGregor, haven't played at the top flight, and they do not have the mental capacity to see out games and win championships, and that's what you need, and that's what Celtic have got. Unfortunately, they've got that mental capacity. These players are some of them, like Tavernier, like Candeias, like Morelos, can be absolutely outstanding when they want to be, and it's moments of madness between indiscipline, between slack defending, between just complete and utter shit play up front as well, with when you're talking about Tavernier and Candeias. it let us down, and that's what we need to change for next season. 13 points is a gap. Obviously the league was gone. We're now, obviously Kilmarnock closed the gap again on us. They overtook Aberdeen yesterday, so Kilmarnock, I think they're only about 6 points behind us now. We really need to up our game for the last 7 games of the season, because it's really not good enough. Just a final note, any Celtic fans listening, thanks for boosting our listener numbers. Comment all you want on our YouTube page, however your comment will just get deleted straight away, so you can waste your time if you want. So obviously Dave is abroad just now, so I'll be back, I think it's midweek the game, with a post-match pod reaction. Hopefully it'll be a better result than this time. So thanks for listening, and goodbye.